Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm at somebody else's house today, if y'all can see. This ain't my room. I usually do my videos in my room, but we in my friend's house today. T Butter. It's T Butter. YouTube right here is T Butter. Period. She making it awkward for me. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but today I wanted to do a story time for y'all today. And I ain't never filmed with people actually watching me in the background and shit, so. But we're gonna see. And she keep looking at me all funny every time she walk out the room, like she killing my vibe. Yeah, this is the story time of when my school sent me to jail. Like jail for real, like real jail. Like I was inmate number 33204. Like I was 17. Let's go ahead and put that out there. I was 17. I was young and I was dumb. Okay, I'm 20 now, so I'm grown and about my shit. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I honestly barely remember. Okay, I barely remember. It all happened like so fast. So my best friend, she had dated this guy. Okay, dude was like 180, 5'10", I would say, probably. And they kind of ended on bad terms, my best friend and her boyfriend. And child, I had seen some things with my best friend and her boyfriend, not nothing crazy, just regular, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend stuff, but he ended up like using that against her, like the things that they did that I seen. And am I telling it good? I can't like start from like the first, like the beginning of the day, because I barely remember it. I guess because the day was just normal. It was just a normal day. And my best friend and her boyfriend had broken up probably like 2 months already before this altercation happened. They were toxic. I'm gonna just say it. Period. They was toxic, but she loved him, and at one point in time he did treat her really, really good, and they were happy together. And at one point in time I did like this dude for her. He treated her good, you know, they was happy. So it was a real bad breakup. And they just kept like going at each other after the breakup. After they broke up, I didn't never really talk to him like that, because he was so, how should I say? He was so aggressive, like when it came to the situation. Like every time he would even see her, my best friend, it would be an issue. Every time she would see him, it would be an issue. Like she was toxic for him and he was toxic for her. Like they couldn't even walk past the halls of the school without like causing a scene and being mad at each other or whatever. So that went on for like the 2 months that they had broken up. But like when it really escalated was he had told, so the guy, maybe I should give these people's, I should give them names. Okay, so we're gonna call the guy Bill, and we're gonna call my best friend Sandy. Bill and Sandy, okay? After Bill and Sandy had been arguing, you know, post breakup, because they still have feelings involved, obviously that's why they care so much. Bill had ended up, like one day he had ended up, I had walked into Sandy's class and I wasn't even in the class. I was just seeing her like in between classes, and they had a class together, Bill and Sandy, and they always had issues. But like this day, Bill just really wanted to hurt Sandy, and he really wanted to embarrass her, and he really wanted to, you know, like make her feel bad, like he always did after they broke up. He he just wanted her to feel bad. You know how dudes be when they be hurt. They want you to be hurt too. So like, he had blurted out some of her very personal business. I ain't gonna say it. But it was very personal, and he shouldn't have said it, and he said it, and it caused Sandy, my best friend, it caused her to spaz out, you know, flash out. She went crazy on him or whatever, and she got removed from the class before the class even started. Both of them did, actually, but because they were like hollering at each other, they were screaming. It was a scene. Like, I stood there and I watched it. So after that or whatever, a few days went by. Sandy was still real like torn up about it. Sandy goes off about her day to her classes. So do I, because we didn't have every class together. So Sandy goes off about her day to her classes or whatever. I go on about my day, and class is over, the bell rings, and I'm coming up the stairs to go to my last block of the day. And you see like a crowd of people at the steps, like a swarm of people, and all you hear is you just hear a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of noise. It's just a whole bunch of noise. You don't even know what nobody is saying. It's just a whole bunch of noise. So I'm looking around and I'm like, who's arguing? And I see Sandy and Bill arguing in front of everybody, trying to like fight in front of everybody. And mind you, Sandy is very, very small girl. She's very petite, very skinny, but she got some fire in her. She'll fight you. And Bill was, you know, big, and he was going in on her, and he was saying, you know, like, I'll beat your ass, like, I'll whoop your ass in front of everybody. And, you know, her standing up for herself, and, you know, not backing down. Her, you ain't gonna do shit, even though if that dude would have swung off on her, she would have been, you know, hurt. She would have been on the ground, but that didn't faze her. She just wanted, you know, she was angry, and she was letting it out. And so I'm coming up the stairs, right? I'm just trying to go to my class. I tell Sandy as I'm walking past her, I'm just like in her ear, in her vicinity, and I just tell her, I say, let's just go. Like, let's just go to the class. Like, you can't do nothing right here. Like, we in the middle of the hallway. Like, it's teachers all around. Like you can't do nothing. Like, let's just go. And she steady like yapping her mouth away at Bill. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. So I walk past her, and I'm going towards my class, and I walk past Bill. Don't say nothing to Bill. Here come Bill, thinking I don't know what he thought. I guess he thought I was finna like walk up to him and say something to him, but really I didn't have anything to say. And he was like, what, Trinity? What? I'll beat your ass too, Trinity. Because mind you, me and Sandy are best friends. So like I knew their whole relationship, so he tied me to her, if that makes sense. And he was like, what? Like, he was just mad. He was riled up. He was like, I'll beat your ass too, Trinity. And I said, you're not gonna touch me. And that's on period. He's like, yeah, you think that, whatever. And I said, yeah, nigga, whatever. And he's like, what you say? And he turns around, walking up to me, and me not knowing what he finna do to me, because if he was to like push me or like push me real hard, like I could really hurt myself. Like, this was a big guy, and he was walking up to me, and I'm not finna waste my breath trying to fight this nigga. Sandy was finna waste her breath trying to fight that nigga. Me, I wasn't gonna do it. I had pepper spray on my keys, and I wasn't gonna do it. He slipped. I had pepper spray on my keys. That nigga walking up to me like he finna do something, and what I do? I didn't know what he was gonna do. I can't read minds. I couldn't tell what he was gonna do. I couldn't tell if he was gonna charge at me, push me over, slap me, knock me out, or what. So as he's walking up, I'm gripping on that mace. And he got close into my vicinity, and I let it air that bitch out with that damn mace. I let it loose. On that whole stairwell, I let it loose. Period. That's on period. Because I was concerned for my safety. But the school ain't see that. No, because they not gonna see stuff like that. The school ain't gonna see that. When I pepper sprayed this dude, that's all that matters. Here come the assistant principal, bald-headed ass. Who got it? Who got the mace? Who got it? And I'm like, nigga, like, I got it. Like, I got it. Like, it's on my keys. I be walking home. I used to walk to work. I had the mace. I had never used the mace before that one time. That nigga tried me, and I let it rip. I let it out. He's talking about, who got the mace? Who got the mace? I give him the mace. This nigga takes my mace. I never get my mace back. And I'm taken to the office or whatever, and I'm asked what happened. I tell them what happened, and they're more concerned about the mace, of course, because I sprayed the mace and there were people around in the stairwell. That was the issue, and I understand that, and that was so stupid of me, but I reacted off of impulse. I didn't want to fight. He looked like he wanted to fight. I won't finna waste my time, so I maced his big ass, and that's on period. I had nothing else to tell them, and that's literally like what I told them happened. Like, and you know, they didn't really care about what he tried to do to me. They only cared that I sprayed the mace, and that was the big issue, was that I sprayed the mace. And so there's a cop, or like a school cop, that's on campuses. Like, it's usually like the same cop, like the same guy. This happened when I was a junior in high school, by the way. I was 17, I was a junior. But our usual cop on campus was not there at that time. I didn't know, I just think he was out for that day, but we had a different guy. And when they took me into the office, they were asking me what happened or whatever, and I told them the same thing. Like, I was concerned for my safety. He looked like he wanted to fight, and I didn't want to fight, so I let it go, and that was it. And I got in like a lot of trouble for that. And so the cop that I don't know keeps telling me, like, you're not gonna go to jail for that. You're not gonna go to jail for that. It's just pepper spray. It's just mace. It's not like you actually. I got the dude in his eyes a little bit, but I didn't hold it down and let it rip like psst, like how I was just. I'm dramatic. Dramatic. I just, psst, And he was like, you're not gonna go to jail for pepper spray. And I was like, okay. And so since I wasn't going to jail, that's fine, because my high school that I had went to, they're gonna take you to jail. They had like, it didn't always used to be like that. They had like developed like a new thing, or like a new system, or like a new rule, to where they could take you to jail. Like, if you're fighting and you're over like 18, they could take you to jail. Okay, I say, like, if you're 18 and fighting, they can take you to jail, which is true. But at the time that they had locked me up, I was 17, and they took me to jail because, it was more than just a fight. So, but anybody try to clock me and say, you ain't ready to go to jail, because you said they only take 18 and over to jail. Nigga, don't play with me. Continue the video. And so, I'm just sitting in the office. Everybody keep asking me the same questions, and I keep telling them the same thing. And the police eventually takes me outside. Like, he eventually puts me in handcuffs and takes me outside and puts me in the back of his car and starts driving downtown. And I asked him, and I said, but you said I wasn't gonna go to jail for this. And he was like, they're not gonna put you in a cell. They're not gonna put you in a cell. You're just gonna go down there. You're gonna wait for your mom. Your mom's gonna come sign you out. You're gonna be gone. They're not gonna put you in a cell. They're not gonna put you in a cell. That's all he kept saying, is they're not gonna put you in a cell. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get downtown to the police station, and I get my mugshot taken, and I go into the bathroom with some female officer, and she checks my clothes, and I strip down, and I change, and you're not gonna go to jail. You're not gonna go to jail. You're not gonna go to jail. Like, if you keep saying I'm not gonna go to jail, yet I'm getting put in a jumpsuit, and I'm getting ready to go to jail. Mind you, I was 17, so I wasn't like an adult, so they didn't put me in like the women's jail. I got put in like a juvenile center, where I was with like maybe 5 other girls in there, and then me. And it was like a whole bunch of cells. It was like top and bottom row cells, but only like 5 girls in there. And I was like, I had went through the whole thing. Like, I went through the whole thing. Like, I had got my mugshot taken. I had got strip searched. I had got a fucking outfit. Like, I had got like a little tote, like with my bed stuff in it. Like, I walked down to my cell. Like, they gave me food. I didn't eat the food. Like, I was in there for hours. Like, I probably was in there for a total 7 hours. A total 7 or 8 hours I was in there. And that's because the processing in and out takes so long. It takes them about 4 hours to process me in. And so while they were processing me in, they just made me an inmate. They just took me to the jail. They put me in a cell. All of that. Like, it won't, I don't know. The police was like asking me, well, what did you do? I got charged with bringing a weapon onto school grounds. That was my charge. And the police had asked me, well, what did you do? And I told them, like, I had pepper spray. And they was like, that's it? They was like, what, you're not allowed to have pepper spray at school? And I was told at the school that I actually wasn't allowed to have the pepper spray on my keys at all, is what I was told. I didn't know that. I had already been walking around with the pepper spray for months, mind you, on my keys, on that same pair of keys. It wasn't no brand new pepper spray. I had the pepper spray forever. And they told me, like, I wasn't allowed to have the pepper spray on school grounds at all. Like, but like, I walk home by myself. I walk to my job by myself. Like, I need this pepper spray on me at all times. But that didn't matter to them. Whatever. They ended up, you know, putting me in jail for that. And I laid in my cell and I cried. I literally cried because I thought my mama left me in there. Like, no cap, I thought my mama left me in there. Like, I'm sitting in here with these other girls. Mind you, one of the girls I knew because we went to school, we go to the same school, but she was in there because she was fighting at school. Mind you, like I said, they said that they can arrest you at the school that I had went to. If you're fighting, they can take you to jail for that, and you can spend your 10-day suspension in jail. So I knew one of the girls that was in there, but I wasn't cool with her. I wasn't necessarily cool with her, so I just stayed to myself. By the time I got there, it was already like 4:30, so it was already time for them to time for us to go to sleep or whatever after they ate. But I didn't eat that food because it was nasty, and I knew I wasn't staying in there. So I go up to my cell. I'm out of breath. I go up to my cell. I get in my bed, and I start thinking, like, my mama really left me in here. And I'm really thinking, like, my mama really messed up. Like, she really left me in there. And I'm just laying there on my back, just looking at my cell, that dirty ass toilet, them dirty ass cracks in the wall, like the mold in between the towels on the wall, like on that hard ass bed, like with that small ass window, like waiting on my mama. And then they finally buzz me and say, McKee, get your stuff, you're being signed out. And it was funny at the time because the girl that I wasn't cool with, that was also in the jail, she had already been in that jail for a few days, and she won't getting out. It won't funny. Okay, let me not say that. It won't funny. I guess her mom wanted her to sit in there for a few days, so she didn't come sign her out. But it was just funny because she thought that I was finna sit in there with her. Like, no, baby, no, baby girl, no. My mom came and got me. My mother came and got me. And I had already been in jail for 7 or 8 hours. I couldn't tell no time because there's no sense of time in jail. It's all wall. You see no sun. It's just brick walls, white brick walls. So I couldn't tell time at all in there. And they finally calmed me down. I got my stuff together. I just threw all that shit in the box. I didn't even fold that shit up. They told me to fold it up before I left. Threw all that shit in the box, ready to get the fuck ASAP, ready to get out of there. And I grab my stuff and I go out and I finally see my mama. And I'm finally ready to go home in this pitch black dark. So it turns out, so I go home. You know, my mama gave me a lecture. My mama told me, you know, everything or whatever. Basically, it took like 4 hours to process me in and 4 hours to process me out, which is why it took so long. My mama was actually up at the jail as soon as they took me up there that same morning. She had went up there like right after I had got up there and took my mugshot and everything, but they had already started to process me in, so I had to wait till the process was over, and then they had to start processing me out, and so I had to wait till that process was over, which takes about 4 or 5 hours each. So I was in there roughly about 7 to 10 hours, which is a long time to be in jail for me. I don't go to jail, okay? I don't go to jail. And so like what happened with school was when my 10-day suspension was up. While I was on my 10-day suspension, my whatever I did got sent over to like the board for the school, and they came down to the school and they sat down with me and my mama, and they had to figure out if they were going to keep me in the school or if they were going to kick me out. And when I got to the board, I had already realized that it wasn't going to be anything that I could say that was going to persuade them to keep me at the school. Like, they were going to send me away regardless of what I said, because I sprayed the mace at the end of the day, and they were going to send me away. And that's exactly what happened. They kicked me out, and I went to an alternative school for 5 months, 6 months. They told me it would only be 2 to 3 months, but when you get kicked out of school and they put you in like an alternative school, they're not gonna care if you come back or not, you know? Like, they're not gonna care. It took me 6 months to get back at the school, and when I did get back at the school, if y'all want to know about my alternative school experience, I guess I can do a video on that, because the alternative school that I went to was specifically for children with kids with like behavioral problems. So they had all different grades. So they had like middle school and they had high schoolers there, and it's a very popular alternative school. And people would tell me like, oh, you're gonna get in so much trouble there because the kids there are just so crazy and all they want to do is fight, and you're gonna get in a fight over there. And child, them kids over there was probably, there was a few, okay, there was a few, a what? There was a few, okay? There was a few crazy ones in there, okay? But for the most part, they were just like all like cool kids. They were all cool people. They just, you know, some kids didn't have it all together, and some kids were just misunderstood, I should say. So I didn't have like a bad experience at the alternative school, but if y'all want to, you know about that experience, I can tell y'all about that. So yeah, but yeah, I came back from school from the alternative program, and I pretty much kept like a low radar. Didn't really do much, didn't really say much. They had me on academic probation. They had me on academic probation, and they had me on like probation period. It wasn't like real probation, but like school probation. So the on-school officer had told me that I never would have went to jail if he was there. It was that new officer who had to follow protocol, who had to do his job. So, okay, but if he was there, I never would have went to jail, because mind you, that same officer, you know, he comes to that school every single day. He's built a relationship with the children there. So, like, he knew me, and he knew I didn't deserve to go to jail for what I did, but he wasn't there that day. So, I did have to go to court for it. They sent me to some anger issue classes. And I got the case dismissed. So that shit gone. Yep. Got it dismissed because it was just stupid. It was stupid. It was a real stupid decision, and them niggas really put me in jail for that. I didn't think I had to. Like, I don't agree that I should have went to jail, But I got put in jail for that. Lame. But yeah, I've been telling this story for mad long. I'm finna collab with my friend Tati. That's the story pretty much. Oh, and about the guy, so Bill, because everyone, Sandy pretty much got a 10-day suspension. That was pretty much all her punishment. Bill got a 10-day suspension. That was pretty much all of his punishment. Bill actually ended up apologizing to me while I was at the alternative school. He didn't apologize to me. He apologized to my brother, because my brother went to the same school, because he couldn't get to me because I was at the alternative school. And he actually apologized. You know, he explained that his problem wasn't with me. It was with Sandy, whatever I said that whole name was. It was with her, and he just, you know, I got caught up in the mix, and he released some anger out on me, and that's fine. I understand. I accept his apology. We moved on from it. That was like one of the dumbest decisions I think my young self has ever made. But then again, like, would I like have reacted differently? Like, would I? I probably would, because it was like a waste of time going to jail, going to the alternative school. It was like too much, and it was like a waste of time. Even though the alternative, what is it? I was just saying that shit the whole time. Alternative school wasn't bad, and I keep looking at a mirror behind me, and I met a lot of cool people at that school, but I don't know, it was all just a waste of time. It was a stupid decision. I regretted the decision at one point in time, but now I've just moved past it. And yeah, that's why my school sent me to jail. I had to go to jail for that shit for almost half a day. Not even a whole day. I was in jail for almost 10 hours. What? I'm embarrassed. That's pretty much the end of the story. I be jumping all over the place when I'm telling stories, so we'll have to see how good this is, but thank y'all so much for watching. I've been talking for a long time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see y'all in my next video.